Want to have your clip featured in the Skyrim clip of the week? Simply record the clip on your Xbox and then send it to me via message. My gamertag is iRyeni, that's IRYENI, and you can message it to me over Xbox and I'll be able to view it. I look forward to seeing the clips that you guys send me. Now moving on to the video. Hey, what's up guys, it's Ryan and welcome to another episode of Modded Monday. We're on week number 123 now guys. I've picked out 5 new mods for you guys to check out and perhaps add them to your load order if you find them interesting. So let's just jump straight into it. Starting off at our number 5 spot, we have the Darker Iron mod. This is a very simple mod that's a retexture of the original iron weapons, armor, and shields to make them a darker color and make them actually look like they're made from metal. With the vanilla versions of the iron weapons, I do feel that they're a little bit too bright, and just having that little bit of a darker tint is extremely noticeable, and I really like it. I think it looks amazing, and although yes, it is a very small mod and it makes very small tweaks, if you have the 16.87 megabytes left in your load order, it's definitely worth putting in there in my opinion, especially if you have a whole bunch of different weapon overhauls. I don't really notice too many weapon overhauls that focus on iron because iron's like the lowest tier, and you don't really spend too much time with the iron weapons, and I feel like they do actually need some of this attention, which is exactly what Darker Iron does. So that's definitely why this mod comes in at our number 5 spot, so I'd recommend downloading the Darker Iron mod. Coming in at our number 4 spot, we have the Werewolf Hunger mod. Now this is an immersive and expansive overhaul that completely reworks the way that werewolves work. It adds a kind of a hunger system for the werewolves. Now by default, it will start tracking after the first time you feed, and after that you'll start to get more notifications of when your werewolf is getting hungry. You'll start to hear distant howling, the screen will blur, and everything will turn red tinted for several seconds. As you get more hungry, the effects will intensify, happen more frequently, and you will start to hear growling as well. The rate that your hunger increases varies based on the moon phase. Werewolves' hunger rate is at its max during full moons and very low during new moons. It's also important to know that there are now 4 levels of hunger, each with different bonuses and negatives. Whenever you are full, you have a plus 5% regen to health, magicka, and stamina, and then the first tier of hunger gives you minus 5% health regen, and the second tier drops it down to a negative 25% health regen and a negative 5% stamina regen, and then on the last tier you have the famished beast, which is a 40% reduction in health regen and a 5% reduction in your stamina regen. Now here's where the big overhauls start to come into place. Whenever you do eat and you remain full, you will have more additional bonuses added to your perk skill trees. At beast strength level 1 you have plus 5% attack damage, at beast strength level 2 you have plus 50 stamina, level 3 you have plus 25 carry weight, and level 4 you have a plus 10 damage resistance. And then you have the different totems such as the totems of Ice Brothers, the totem of Moon, and the totem of the Predator, which add to your magicka, stamina regen, and movement speed, and then with the final perk you get a plus 50% to your health points. It's important to note that some of these bonuses are only available until you're around level like 40 or so at lower levels some of these may be scaled down a bit. Now I really like this mod because there are tons of mods out there that add this hunger bar system to the normal character in the game, but never the beast form. And with this mod adding hunger to the beast form, it's a lot more immersive, and you can also benefit very well by it if you keep yourself well fed. And that's why I really like the mod, and that's why it comes in at our number 4 spot, so I'd strongly recommend downloading the Werewolf Hunger mod. Coming in at our number 3 spot, we have Fwimmy's Friendly Music Pack. Now the mod page reads, "Hello there, I produce music for a hobby, and I figured I would add them into the game. This pack replaces all of the in-game music as well as adding additional tracks to the certain areas, including 13 daytime exploration tracks, 20 nighttime exploration tracks, 5 dusk exploration tracks, 16 new combat tracks, and a few additional tracks throughout." Now that's a ton of different tracks that have been added into the game. And whenever I found out that the music was produced by Fwimmy himself, I had to download the mod and give it a listen. So let's listen to it together. Now, I actually spent a lot of time listening to a lot of the tracks that are featured in this mod, and I'm very impressed with how this actually turned out. Fwimmy, if you truly did produce this, keep doing what you're doing. You are doing amazing. Although it's extremely different from all of the other Skyrim music overhauls that I've heard, I really like how it's implemented into the game. And with the name Friendly Music Pack, it definitely fits the tone very well, and it adds an entirely new feeling to the atmosphere of the world of Skyrim. And that's definitely why this mod comes in at our number 3 spot, so if you're looking for new music overhauls, I would strongly recommend looking into Fwimmy's Friendly Music Pack. Coming in at our number 2 spot, we have another immersive mod called Better Spell Learning. Now the mod page reads, "Do you find that learning new spells in Skyrim doesn't feel immersive? I thought so too. You just smash the book against your face and immediately know the spell, destroying the tome in the process? That's no way to learn." Better Spell Learning tries to improve upon this flaw. No longer will the spell tome be destroyed immediately upon use. Instead, when you read it, you will learn a percentage of the spell it contains. This value scales depending on the difficulty of the spell and your level, as well as the location you're in when you read the tome. Studying in the college? Have a little boost. How about the Arcanium? Another little boost. Trying to learn a master level destruction spell when you only have 13 destruction? Yeah, it's going to take you a while. Once you've studied a spell tome, some time will pass, and you'll be unable to study that same spell for the next in-game hour. You can change these options by finding the Art of Study book in various places throughout Skyrim. Most of them are found in the Court Wizard's rooms. You can continue to study as many other spells as you'd like, however, once you've learned the spell completely, it'll be added to your spell list as usual. The spell tome will remain in your inventory because it's weird that it gets destroyed. Seriously, how aggressive is the Dragonborn with their book reading? I find everything about this mod to be perfect, and I always love adding new immersive mods into my playthroughs, and this is a mod that's going to remain on my load order from now on. And with the attention to detail that this mod goes into, such as whenever you're in the library, you get another little boost, in the Arcanium as well, you get another boost, or if you're reading in your house, just all those small details really rightfully earn its spot at number 2, and that's definitely why this mod comes in at our number 2 spot, so I'd strongly recommend downloading the Better Spell Learning mod. Coming in at our number 1 spot, we have Reaper's The Dark Tower, an evil player home. Now, it's important to note that this mod is not for everyone. This has a lot of heavier elements, which nothing too absurd, but a little bit out of the ordinary, possessing some elements of gore and Satanism, because it's a mod made for really bad characters. If this bothers you, I do not recommend downloading the mod. This mod aims to give the player a unique evil tower to call home via a quest. It's also extremely detailed and complex. There's many armors, outfits, items, and artifacts, as well as a large home with hidden secrets that await you. To gain access to the tower, go to the Dead Man's Drink in Falkreath, look for an old man in a black robe, and simply talk to him and follow the quest. Then you will gain access to the tower, and this tower is absolutely insane. I don't normally cover player homes that are more for evil characters, so I thought this would be perfect to include at the number 1 spot, so now I'm going to be giving you guys the full tour of the entire house, so let's begin.
Stupid dog.
So as you can see, this player home is absolutely huge and there's so much to do in here, but there is a lot of doors to go through. That's the only downside to it. You have a lot of different doors that you have to go through and loading screens, but it's a huge castle that you can pretty much do whatever you want in, and there's plenty of room for followers and anyone you would like to bring along. So that's definitely why this mod comes in at our number 1 spot, so I'd strongly recommend downloading the Reaper's Dark Tower Evil Player Home. So that's pretty much it for this week's episode of the top 5 Skyrim mods of the week. Hopefully you guys did enjoy, and if you did, I'd appreciate it if you left a like and subscribe if you're new. It really helps me out a lot. And if you have any suggestions for mods you'd like me to cover in future top 5 mod episodes, be sure to let me know in the comment section below, or you can follow me on Twitter. I'll be sure to leave my Twitter in the description, and you guys can follow me on there and leave me suggestions through there as well. Special shout out to my Patreon supporter. Thank you so much for everything that you've done for me. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Hopefully you guys did enjoy, and I will talk to you guys later.